Hello there! My name is Brent, and I live in the abandoned mining town of Cerro Gordo, which is at the end of this dirt road. To get up there, it's about 8 miles with almost 5,000 feet of elevation gain, so it is just a brutal road. And that is why 2 years ago, I came up with the idea of having a foot race from right here all the way into town.
This is the ass kicker right here.
And this year, we have 230 people running this race.
Don't stop to the top.
It is going to be very hard. Not everybody's going to finish, but let's see who wins.
We're here for redemption. It's harder every year.
We're going to begin when I shoot this gun in 3, 2. 48 hours, I'm gonna have over 200 people running up this 8-mile dirt road to the abandoned mining town that I live in. There is a lot of prep work that has to happen in this next 48 hours. So right now we're gonna do a little scouting mission up the road and figure out what needs to happen and what all we need to do to make sure this thing doesn't turn into a fire pest. So this first little bit of the road is not too bad. The grade isn't crazy yet. I would say the first mile or two is gonna be the easiest part of this run tomorrow. After that, we get into a part called the Narrows, where it just gets very steep, and then finally it just gets to punching you in the face difficult when we get to what I call the Joshua Tree Forest. So this area of the road is called the Narrows. It's because they blasted out this part from the rock and it gets really tight. I think this is the first place that the runners are really gonna feel the elevation. And this has been a point of a huge headache in my life over the last 4 years, where whenever the road washes out in a big storm, this is what gets washed out. So I'm excited to watch the Narrows 2 days from now. Right now we have 48 hours to get prepared for close to 300 people when you include volunteers being up in town. We need to feed them, we need to make sure that they get up there safe, then we need to make sure that they get down off of the mountain safe, which we've rented these buses that they claim to be off-road buses. Are they? I don't know, but I'm excited. The kind of buzz has already begun amongst the competitors. The winner from last year is known, and so he's kind of the target to beat right now. But at this point, we're about halfway up the road, and I would say if people were gonna drop out of the race, they would have dropped out. But just beyond that curve you can see up there comes Joshua Tree Forest, which is by far the hardest part of this entire road. Don't let this little false hope get you. You're only one downhill part. The toughest part is ahead. Right here is where it all is going to end. This is the finish line right out front of the museum, and I anticipate about an hour and a half maybe the winner's going to do, maybe up to 4 hours. It's looking good. It's looking like nothing is done yet though, so we got about 20 volunteers here, and then we're going to watch the sunset, and then tomorrow we're going to get to work. We got 1 day to get this whole thing ready. Less than 24 hours, we're going to have 300 people coming up here, and we have almost nothing set up. You know, we had close to 40 different volunteers coming up to help the race, and it just felt like the town was alive again. It felt like a reunion of sorts, because some of these volunteers have been coming up for 3, coming on 4 years now.
Has anybody done this yet to you?
Oh, don't. I just got out of bed. So, hey, no! Got me clenching the dogs right now. How many people have to park, roughly?
Let's say about 200. We have a lot of cars.
You're laughing now, but it's going to be a problem soon.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a thing. But it'll work. You know why? Because we have a million amazing volunteers up here ready to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Whoa, not anything.
I'm feeling pretty good. It's gonna be a lot going on in town. We got lots of people rolling in, but it's gonna be a good time.
What else needs to get done?
Many things.
Who does know what has to get done?
Maybe Christy and the production company, I think.
I just talked to Christy. She doesn't know.
Somebody does. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
There is no plan as far as I know. At least I haven't been filled in on the plan. However, we're gonna make it happen.
Nice mug.
Walk the wash, baby.
You want to see another mug?
Yeah.
With all of these people coming and going, it was pretty much inevitable that a vehicle is going to break down. And unfortunately for us, it was our ice truck. It's not even 8 a.m. the day before, and we got issues. We have a ice truck that's stuck, and a lot of people trying to leave. It's a traffic jam, so we need a chain, and we need to get them out of there.
So they're gonna pull out of here. I'm gonna hook up. I'm gonna drag you to a flat spot, and then we're gonna disconnect. And I'll take the trailer home. We got them through the Narrows. That was where they were stuck. Come on, Robert, get out of the way. Go. Go. Come on, man.
But because we had so many people up here, Craig was able to go down with Paul, get them out pretty easily, and all things considered, it was a pretty smooth start.
Well, good.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing to me last year to see it and to see women running in a place where women were basically housewives, laundry women. Although I do have to tell you, we have archives of newspaper archives where the ladies actually did run a race.
And as I dove into the history about the road and different things preparing for the race, I found that we were not the first people in this area to hold a foot race. It turns out that back in 1880, they held a foot race down in Lone Pine with a Lone Pine resident competing against a Cerro Gordian named Mark Huff. And apparently close to $1,200 was wagered on this run, which in today's money is something like $35,000. And in the end, unfortunately, the Cerro Gordo rep did not win. The Lone Pine guy did, but it seemed like everybody had a good time. They talk about them being cheerful, congratulating each other, which gave me a little bit of a glimpse of maybe what it would be like up here, no matter who won.
Scott Ferrer here from Scottsdale, Arizona. Ran last year. Unfortunately, had to tap out around 2.2 miles, but I've been training a little bit the past year, so fingers crossed I cross this finish line.
My name is Andrew Presnell. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I got dead fucking last year. Halfway to the top, I started cramping. I'm prone to cramping, and I thought that I had that dialed in, and I just didn't. This year, unfortunately, I've been training all year, and I sprained my ankle 2 weeks ago. So I got a brace on it, and who knows, maybe I'll keep the tradition alive and get DFL again.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right.
Big day tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, big day.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I'm gonna sit on Ryan and then I'm gonna run away from him.
Damn. How have you been preparing?
I ran the road up and down all winter to the point that I hurt my knee and haven't run for like 6 or 8 weeks. 2019, I met Brent before I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail and got to stop here on my walk from Mexico to Canada. After I left town, borrowed a cast iron and set the fastest known time across the Washington section of the PCT in 2020. Brent started this race last year. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it and gave me the opportunity to come live here this winter and make backpacks and train on the road and the race course at...
What was the time?
1 hour and 39 minutes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's a moving time.
JT pretty much had home court advantage. He had been up here this winter helping out around town, but also creating what I would describe as just the ultimate backpack. He took time and inspiration from my explorations of the mines, as well as some of my long hikes, and created by hand a custom Cerro Gordo pack. And you can check these out at exoticpacks.com. There's a very limited run of Cerro Gordo backpacks, but check them out because they're just so cool. And I'll put a lot more information below.
So Ryan, there's a name on the trophy there.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Good looking guy, huh?
Do you have a time or pace that you're shooting for this year?
We'll see. Yeah.
All right, he's a man of few words. Woo!
My money, I don't know, it's a split. Ryan or JT, one of the two I feel is going to take it. Unless there's a sleeper out there, but right now I think it's Ryan or JT.
How's it going, man?
Doing well.
Nice to actually meet you.
My friend Buddy came in pretty hot last year. We made a $1,000 bet that he was going to beat 1 hour and 30 minutes. And that Did not happen last year, so we decided to roll it into this year. Still owes me $1,500 from last year. Where'd the other 500 come from? Interest.
Buddy, are there going to be more bets this year?
So I've been
You're about $1,500
studying to
down.
film. We're at 1,000 right now.
Interest.
2%. Studying last year's winner, I recognize that you do have to have a little bit of facial hair. So with the facial hair, I think that I can beat my time and get in under 2:10, and I'll be willing to shave $500 off that bet as a token of good faith.
At 2 hours?
2 hours and 12 minutes.
2 hours.
Anybody taking
2:12.
All right, we're under 12 hours away, and I am racing down to the bottom of the hill because I need to pick up something very special. This year, we actually have a medal for first place made from Cerro Gordo Silver. It was made by Nick Martinelli, who I made some coins with recently. He's an amazing craftsman. I'm going down to pick him up, then we're gonna bring him up and put him over the neck of the winner tomorrow.
Fresh off.
Whoa!
Right? Pretty legitimate.
That's amazing. Dude, it looks so good.
As good as I could do on short notice.
Oh, that's so good.
Solid silver.
Awesome.
The way I did this, I had to cast like a kind of like a disc, and then I ran it through my mill.
Yeah.
But it's the manual mill, so it's kind of like a workout. Then I got it to like a pretty uniform thickness.
Yeah.
Then I just cut it out with the jeweler stuff.
These are awesome.
Thanks.
This is so cool.
How are you feeling?
Ready to embrace the hell. Second time doing it, and it's just fun.
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm from Oklahoma. I traveled 1,350 miles for this. Everybody back home thought I was crazy, didn't know what else wanted to come. Luckily, there's 250 people here, and I'm not alone. I'm not crazy anymore.
My name is Erica Cookstut. This is my dad.
Hi, I'm Steve Cook. I'm from Lake Forest, California.
We grew up hiking around these hills and these mountains. My grandma lives in Bishop, so we thought this would be a perfect thing to do together as a family.
This is like out hiking, so I've just taken that approach. I did physically train, so we'll see.
What's up, guys? Sam Goldbach. I'm Nate Hardy.
Are you ready for this?
Not at all. We're not ready, but we're gonna win.
I'm a little more nervous about there being more people. Like, I don't know why, it just feels more like legit.
Yeah, and it will feel sadder when we place further back in the line. We're here for redemption.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, I'm not great, as ready as I can be.
This is home turf.
This is it.
Jonathan Patrick Thomas, right? You see?
This is it. This
We're
is it.
going for the glory. Not first, you're last. Red, white, and blue, you go.
Hi, I'm Morgan, or Coach Morgan. I'm from San Francisco, California. Today, I think one of the hardest things is I just said San Francisco, which is at sea level, and we got a little bit of elevation gain today. So I think that's going to be a little tricky, but we're just going to breathe through it, and that's going to be it.
Hi, I'm Timmy Parr from Gunnison, Colorado, and I just run a whole lot. Really excited to come out here, check out Cerro Gordo, and see how steep the road gets.
What have you run in the past?
Let's see, Leadville 100, Imogene Pass, all over.
Do you have a time you're shooting for a day, or are you just trying to finish?
My time, I do.
You just don't want to say it publicly?
I don't know if I want to say it publicly. My time I'm shooting for is 128.
If you do that, you might win. Good to know.
Second annual Cerro Gordo Silver Run, so give it up for yourselves a little bit. That's really exciting. With that, I think I'm gonna load up the gun and we're gonna get going. All right, behind me there's 200 people about to run 8 miles up to the abandoned ghost town of Cerro Gordo. We're gonna begin my shoot this gun in 3, 2, do it. I guess I gotta run now. Hello, just getting some footage. All right. I'm doing good.
All right. I signed up for this a week after I finished radiation for the first time.
Whoa! Really?
Sperm donor.
Whoa. What? This road up to Cerro Gordo was built by Mortimer Belshaw in 1868. And the road is what transformed Cerro Gordo from a promising mining camp to a western boom town. And in its first year of existence, there were dozens of 20-mule teams coming and going up and down the road all day long. And the hillside in town transformed from tents to dozens of buildings, including saloons and hotels, brothels, general stores, and more, all of whose building material came up Belshaw's road. And along the way, he charged every man and wagon 25 cents to come up and 25 cents to go down. And he was a shrewd businessman, and so he used the path of least resistance when he built the road. He built it right in the middle of a wash, meaning every time a big storm comes, it just completely wipes away the road. And having rebuilt this road myself a few times now, I know each incline well. And so I'm very excited to see how these runners fare. And I am just truly blown away to see some of them sprinting up inclines so steep that it almost felt like my backhoe would flip over driving up them.
Woo!
Yeah, we got Element.
I can't open it though.
All these have element. These all have element in them.
Oh,
Right
even
here.
better. Thank you.
It's on the way. And at the Narrows, about a couple miles up, maybe 3 miles up, we got number 2 coming in. Killing it.
Cool road here.
How's it going so far?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Going okay, but
It's going all right.
we'll see how the second half goes.
There's plenty of hydration if you need anything.
Cool.
Doing it.
Hey. I barely just started walking right around the corner. I'm minute 41 ahead of my time from last year, so yeah, I'm trying to just keep it up.
How's the race going so far?
It's going good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
Yeah. You're keeping an amazing pace.
I'm happy about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Empowering this race and the runners is Element. And this has just been my go-to over the past 3 years. Element is an electrolyte mix. All that's in there is sodium, potassium, magnesium. There's none of that added sugar or other things that sports drink sometimes puts in there. And I just found that since I started taking one of these a day about 3 years ago, I just don't get these crazy dehydration headaches I used to get living up here in elevation. And on race day, these things are key. These are used by professional athletes, special forces, and people that are just wanting to stay hydrated and reduce the cramps and all the brain fog and stuff like that. And so shout out Element. If you're out there and you want to try this out, if you go to drinklmnt.com/Brent, you are going to get a free sample pack with any drink mix purchase. Again, this stuff is amazing. They've made this race possible. They're powering a lot of the runners. So check it out, drinkelement.com/Brent.
Miles in a death march.
We're doing it though.
It's faster to walk.
Dude, I'm having a great time out here. Happy and feeling all right. Harder than I thought, but hey, I'm in my prime. We're teaming it out.
Getting this is beautiful. Pretty bad, Captain. How's your knee holding up, JT?
Knee's good, right, Cash?
Damn.
Make sure your knee's good.
Yeah, cramped out back there.
Damn.
Pretty bad.
You're almost to the top. How are you feeling?
Good. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just climbing away. How can you not be so thrilled running with this? Oh my god. So pretty.
I'll tell you, I think what slowed me down last year was pacing with Nick Simmons. I'm about 30 seconds ahead of my pace. It's harder every year.
The frog hat motivation. God, this is brutal.
1 foot at a time. 1 foot at a time.
Baby. Let's go. It's a little tougher than what I remembered. I exist to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. I run because He gave me legs.
This is the ass kicker right here. And it doesn't get better till the bird flying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Take her home, Christy.
I don't know what mile it is, but I don't care. I'll stop to the top.
What a run. You smoked everybody by a lot.
Hi, Brad.
You beat last year's time by a large margin.
I was hoping for 11-minute pace, which would be 128.
You beat that.
But then I started going and I'm like, I'm going to break 10-minute pace.
Oh, man. I think that record's going to hold for a very long time.
I love the element. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The extra salt is needed.
Yeah.
Nice.
125.
Solid.
Oh, I like that.
What'd you finish at?
116.
Yeah, 116. This is crazy. Good run.
Hey, nice job, man.
Good job.
Nice work. Yeah. Nice work.
That was awesome. Killed it, dude. So good. Dude, that beat last year's 137.
Yeah.
That would have won last year. This year was stiff.
We're all feeling good, but this angle is just super tight on my sprained ankle right now. So, but hey, you know what? I might have to pass the torch on DFL to someone in the back, but I feel pretty good.
Yeah, and while we're here, shout out to Element. I don't know if you need that or not, but this stuff is incredible. I've been drinking it the past year as I've been training for this, and it really does help.
So you're a little over halfway. How are you feeling?
I feel old. I feel like it'll be good to stop.
All good.
All right.
You're doing very well.
Yep, we're getting there.
Holding up.
Good. I told you in the first
Yep.
interview.
Yep.
It was all
Any change?
mental practice.
Yep.
Next year I'll do a little physical practice.
Yep, there you
go.
go.
I'm gonna make it.
And by the end of the race, JT and Ryan, two of the favorites out the gate, had become friends. You know, last year's winner pitted against the hometown favorite, came together, which I felt was a very poetic way to end this early rivalry. Come on now, yay! Well done, that was a way to do it.
47:57. Nice time last year.
Hell yeah, no! Did it! You're there! Did it! Nice! Yeah! Killed it!
That was awesome.
Yeah! You did it! What did you do last year?
2:14.
2:2.
Next time was really slowed me down last year.
What do you think the winner ran?
135.
116.
No.
He's right there.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Good job.
Woo! Over there. Woo! Nice. Yeah! You're there, you're there, you're there.
That was harder last year.
The first 3.5 miles was pretty good. Then the last 4 was a steady incline, miserable. So
You killed it.
yeah,
That's
appreciate it.
awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah. You get a little high five from Kit?
I did. He ran up the end of it. So
He's been giving everyone high fives from the winner gone. Yep.
Gotta-
You've been doing good, Kit. You've been doing good.
So we have trash can tri-tip. Each of their own tri-tips. They're hanging, still nice and juicy. So this is seasoned by Bad Byron's Butt Rub. This stuff is so good. This guy's awesome. He donated some stuff to us this weekend, but obviously you can see what it produces.
It takes a lot for somebody to want to go out and do a marathon, let alone run up Cerro Gordo. Look at that! You see this camera? This camera's on you because you did it. Let's cheer it on! Yeah! I guarantee you a cookie at the end of that line. Welcome to town!
Dude, it makes me proud to be a human that so many are out here pushing to the edge of themselves to get here and eat good food. It was beautiful.
So amazing.
Me too. Me too.
We're doing
My
it.
legs just started cramping up, so I'm trying not to let it lock up on me right now.
Not again. It's not
Not
happening again.
again.
Not happening again.
You guys are doing it! Come on! Top off on some sunscreen later too. But you got it! Get it!
It's a crazy thing, Brent.
How are you feeling after all that?
How am I feeling?
Yes.
Like I'm 2 weeks away from being 81.
Look at that! There's the line right there! Look, there's Brent! Look! Brent, wait on! Look at that! Yeah, on! Look up! Look up! You've got this! You are right there!
Give a big hand to yourself for finishing the second annual Cerro Gordo Silver Run. I have a medal this year made from Cerro Gordo Silver for the top finishers in the men's and women's categories. And so this year, the winning time by Tim Parr was 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 25 seconds. So Tim, come on up, Tim. Come on up, give it up for Tim. For the first time ever, we have our Cerro Gordo Silver medal made of Cerro Gordo Silver. I'll put it around. There we go. Of course, it's good. That is
oh my goodness. That's like the coolest trophy I've ever received.
We are going to go with the first place finisher in the women's category with a time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 37 seconds. Mandy Wavefan. Hope I said that right. Mandy, come on up to the stage.
We come out to the Eastern Sierra a lot, but coming out to the other side of the mountains is really cool, and experiencing the town for the first time was something I never would have imagined having to share with all these people. So thanks for putting on the event. Thanks to the supporters. Definitely going to be back.
Of course. All right. Well, that is amazing. Congratulations. As you guys would like, you're welcome to head on down, but otherwise, stay up here. Thank you to Oh Wow, which is our production company. A big hand for Oh Wow. Make this thing happen. Pull this thing off.
Well, you beat the hour 28 that you told me.
You were a little skeptical about the hour 28.
I mean, it was a big one. I didn't know, but yeah, I'm proud of you. Great work.
Oh, thank you. And so that was it. The 2024 Cerro Gordo Silver Run. You know, for my first day here, I've always wanted to open this place up to the public, to get people up here, to allow them to share experiences, to learn about the history here, to enjoy the natural beauty all around the place. And I think all of that happened during the race. You know, I looked around and I just saw smiles, I saw new friendships forming, I saw people just fully understanding how difficult it would have been to get anything up here. It made me excited. It made me want to push even harder on the hotel to get that open. It made me want to create more of these kind of annual events. That way we can have guaranteed times when only people are going to gather together. And so I just want to say thank you guys all for participating in that rebirth of this town. I also just want to say a huge thank you to all the volunteers that came out and made this race possible. This thing would not have happened without the 40+ volunteers that came up. And thank you to Hoka. Hoka provided shoes for a lot of the volunteers that were helping out for the race. I'm wearing some right now. They are great. That made everything a lot easier. Thank you to Pit Viper. Pit Viper outfitted some of our top finishers with glasses, and I know they were a huge hit with everybody up here. And thank you as well to La Colombe Coffee, keeping all the runners and the volunteers caffeinated. This stuff is great, and just thank you all for helping make this possible. We have opened up registration for 2025. I'm gonna put info below. There's even a little discount if you sign up early. I hope to see more of you out here in 2025, and I'm very excited to see more of you guys generally now that the snow is melted, and I'm gonna get back to a little bit more of a normal posting schedule. So until then, I'm signing out. I'll see you guys later, but thank you guys so much.